Hello, this is AJ. Welcome to our next lesson. I like this lesson a lot. This topic is one of my favorites. It's called Break Rules. Break rules. It's kind of my motto in life. Let's begin. Now, this comes from Seth Godin again, another section of Seth Godin's book. And if you remember, Seth Godin is an internet marketing expert. He started his own internet marketing company, became very, very successful, super rich and famous and all that. And then he sold his company, and now he writes books about internet marketing. More importantly, he writes books about success, especially success in business, success in your career. And I absolutely love his books. I love his attitude, and I follow his same approach. I have his same values. And this is one of the big ones. Break rules. I like to break rules. In fact, a lot of the members on our Effortless English Club forum call me Rebel Number One. It's kind of my nickname on the forums. Maybe I should make that my official title. Not Director of Effortless English, but Rebel Number One. I like it. Because in fact, our Effortless English Club is a club of rebels. We don't like to follow the rules. We don't like to do things the normal way. We don't continue doing stupid things again and again. We don't follow the old, boring, traditional methods of learning. We break the rules. We follow a new method, a new way. We succeed because we are rebels. And now it's your turn to join us. It is your turn to become a rebel just like us. A rebel English learner, a rebel in your job, a rebel in your life. All right, I'm going to read from Seth Godin's book, and then I'll come back and talk a little more about this idea of being a rebel. Here we go. Obedience works fine on the well-organized, standardized factory floor. But what happens when we start using our heads, not our hands? What happens when our collars change from blue to white? White collar workers don't get paid to follow the rules. The big difference between today and the old factory economy is that instead of working with a drill or a machine, we work with laptops and telephones. What's neat about this work is that it's different every day. We actually get a lot of freedom to decide what to do next. And our skill in making that decision has a lot to do with our productivity and our success. That's why your boss allows you the time to read this book, or to shop online, or to go to lunch meetings. Because she's waiting for you to break the rules. She's waiting for you to create big gains in productivity by using your head. Yes, there are exceptions. There are clerks who have every keystroke measured. But that's not really a white-collar job. That's a factory job where you don't get dirty. Instead, you get carpal tunnel syndrome. I'm talking about the vast majority of jobs in our organizations, schools, governments, and corporations. You don't have to wear a factory uniform, and you're expected to contribute more than what's being asked. The thing is, white-collar workers, deep down, are petrified to do exactly what it is they actually got hired to do. They are petrified to be different. We all know that we could get replaced tomorrow by someone else, almost as good as us, who is willing to work for half as much money. We don't want to blow it. We want to be given instructions, not to invent them. After all, we know how to follow instructions. That's what we learned in school. We invented the myth that doing what your boss says is the best way to keep your job. But in a white-collar setting, this isn't the right answer. 9 times out of 10, a white-collar worker's reflex is to ask, "What do you think I should do?" The easiest way to avoid pain, it seems, is to follow someone else's instructions. But that is a recipe for failure. To succeed in your career, to really succeed, you have to break the rules. Okay, that's a nice little section from Seth Godin's book. And I love it because the Effortless English Club is all about breaking the rules. We break every traditional English learning rule. We don't do anything normally. Traditional schools teach grammar. You memorize grammar terms. The past progressive, possessives, blah, blah, blah. We break that rule. We don't do that. Absolutely never. In traditional schools, with the traditional rules, they always use textbooks. You've got to have a textbook. You must have a textbook. And we have to have tests and grades and scores. Well, we break those rules too. We never give you a test, and we never use textbooks. We use only real English. The real spontaneous English that I'm speaking right now. Real English books that were written for native speakers. They weren't written for English students. We never use textbooks. We never memorize and study hard with a lot of effort. Not vocabulary, not grammar. No, we listen easily and relax. We listen repeatedly again and again, and we learn intuitively, subconsciously, effortlessly. We don't do boring drills and exercises, right? You get in a pair with another student and you practice saying some speech or some sentence or some dialogue. Hell no, we never do that. Nope, we listen and we listen and we listen, and then we get on the forums and we write to each other and communicate, real communication. And then you get on Skype and you talk to each other. Real communication focused on meaning. In regular schools, they always follow the rules. They tell you your mistakes all the time. They're very worried about mistakes. In normal schools, we never worry about mistakes. Never! We worry about communication. We want to be understood. We want to communicate clearly. We worry about meaning, but never do we worry about mistakes. We know mistakes are necessary. We love mistakes. That's how we learn. We love them. So I never correct your mistakes. Never, never, never. We're always breaking the rules. I, as a teacher, always break these rules. You, as an English learner, and especially as a new member of the Effortless English Club, you must break the rules. And you're already doing it by listening to these lessons. You rebel. You're a rebel too. You need to accept it. I may be rebel number 1, but you're one of our rebels too. You're an Effortless English Club rebel. Accept it. Celebrate it. Be happy about it. Because you're going to speak excellent English. And all the people following the rules, all the people going to the normal schools, memorizing grammar, taking tests, they're never going to do it. Or Maybe they will, but it's going to take them years and years and years, much longer than you. And they're going to suffer and they're going to hate it. They're going to be bored and tired and upset and frustrated. And you're going to be smiling and moving and jumping around and laughing while you learn English. You're going to speak better than they do. Your vocabulary is going to be better. Your fluency will be better. Your pronunciation will be better because you break the rules. It's time for you to do this in other parts of your life too, especially your job or career. In tough economic times, the people who break the rules do the best. They get noticed. They have something special. If you follow the rules, you're like everybody else. That means easy to cut your job. It's easy to say goodbye to you. It's easy to fire you because you're not special. Why should they keep you? But if you break the rules, you do something great, you do something different, you are different because most people are afraid to do that. So you want to be remarkable, outstanding. You want to have a great career. You want to do anything well. More than well, you want to do it fantastically well. You want to be great at it. You have to break the rules. What are the rules? The rules in any area of life are what most people do. It's the normal, acceptable thing to do. So if you follow the rules, you will be normal and acceptable. Just like everyone else. Which means you will get the same results as everyone else. You'll be paid an average amount of money. You'll be kind of bored at your job because most people are kind of bored at their job. You'll improve slowly because that's what most people do. If you want more, you got to break the rules. You have to do what other people don't do. You have to do what other people are afraid to do. That's how you improve faster and succeed more. In your job, in your career, in your business, in English learning, in anything. Don't be a cow. Don't follow the herd. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Break the rules. Be a rebel. Join us. Join the rebellion at Effortless English. All right. I hope I have convinced you. At least for English learning, I hope you will join us at the Effortless English Club and proudly be a rebel in your English learning. I hope you'll do it in other parts of your life too, but you can start with English learning. All right, I will see you on the forums, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, welcome to the mini story for Break Rules. Let's begin. There was a guy named Andre. Andre was an obedient white-collar worker. What kind of worker was he? He was an obedient white-collar worker. Did Andre work in an office? Yes, he was a white-collar worker. He was an office worker. Was Andre a blue-collar worker or a white-collar worker? Well, he was a white-collar worker. He worked in an office. Who was a white-collar worker? Andre. Andre was a white-collar worker. Did Andre break the rules? No. He never broke the rules. He was an obedient worker. So did he follow the rules or did he break the rules? He followed the rules. He was obedient. What kind of white-collar worker was he? An obedient white-collar worker. So he was obedient or he broke the rules? He was obedient. Andre was an obedient white-collar worker. Who was obedient? Andre. Andre was obedient. He always followed the rules. He was an obedient white-collar worker. In fact, he was petrified to try anything new. How did he feel about trying new things? He was scared. He was afraid. He was petrified. He was petrified of what? Of trying new things. He was petrified of trying new things. He was petrified to try anything new. He was very afraid, very scared to try anything new. Who was petrified? Andre. Andre was petrified. Petrified of doing what? Of trying something new. He was petrified of trying anything new. He would never try anything new. He was scared. He was petrified. So was he brave or was he petrified? He was petrified, of course. Andre was petrified to try anything new. As a result, his productivity was very low. Did Andre do a lot of work in a short time? No, he did not. No, his productivity was low. He did very little work. Did he get great results in his job? No. His productivity was low. He did not get great results. He got poor results. He had poor productivity. What was low? Andre's productivity. Andre's productivity was very low. His results, the amount of work he did, they were both very low. His productivity was low. Was his productivity high or low? His productivity was very low. Whose productivity was very low? Andre's. Andre's productivity was very, very low. He followed the rules. He did the normal thing. Nothing special. His productivity was mediocre. His productivity was low. And so, one day, he was fired. Andre was fired from his job. Why was he fired? Because his productivity was low and because he was a boring worker. Why was he fired? Because his productivity was low and because he was a boring worker. Who was fired? Andre. Andre was fired. Andre lost his job. Did he keep his job or was he fired? He was fired. Who? Andre. Andre was fired because his productivity was low and because he was a boring worker. How did Andre feel after he was fired? Well, he felt terrible. In fact, he beat himself up about it. He beat himself up about being fired. He said, "Damn it, I blew it. I was stupid. Did he make a big mistake? Yes, he said he blew it. He said, I blew it. I made a big mistake. Did Andre blow it? Yes, he did. He blew it. He made a big mistake. Who blew it? Andre. Andre blew it. Andre made a big mistake. Did he blow it, or was he successful? He blew it. He made a big mistake. He blew it. He blew what? He blew his job, right? He made a big mistake at his job. So he blew it, or he was successful. He blew it. Andre blew it. He said, damn it, I blew it. I was stupid. How did he blow it? Well, he blew it. He made a big mistake by following the rules. He blew it by following the rules. He made a mistake by following the rules. So he beat himself up for a while. He criticized himself. But then he decided to change. He decided to become a rebel. What did he become? A rebel. Who became a rebel? Andre. Andre became a rebel. He became a rebel. He constantly tried new things. He decided to do everything new, everything differently. He decided to break all the rules. What did Andre become? He became a rebel. He became a rebel in his work. He became a rebel in his home life. He became a rebel in every part of his life. He constantly tried new things. And one day, he tried something really amazing. One day, he invented an amazing new toothbrush. What did he do? He invented an amazing new toothbrush. Did he create a new toothbrush? Yes, he did. He created an amazing new toothbrush. Who created an amazing new toothbrush? Andre. Andre created an amazing new toothbrush. He invented what? He invented an amazing new toothbrush. What kind of amazing new toothbrush did he invent? Well, he invented a nuclear-powered toothbrush. What kind of toothbrush did he invent? He invented a nuclear-powered toothbrush. It was a nuclear toothbrush. Super powerful. Who invented a nuclear-powered toothbrush? Andre. Andre invented a nuclear-powered toothbrush. It was an amazing invention. He invented a new nuclear-powered toothbrush, and he sold it to millions of people. Andre became super rich. In fact, he became the richest man in the world. Why did he become the richest man in the world? Because he invented an amazing new toothbrush and he sold it to millions of people. He became super rich. He became the richest man in the world because he became a rebel. And that is the end of our mini story for Break Rules. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, this is AJ. Welcome to the Point of View stories for Break Rules. Let's begin. Andre has been an obedient white-collar worker for most of his life. What has he been? He has been an obedient white-collar worker. Has he been a rebel most of his life? No, he has not been a rebel most of his life. He has been an obedient white-collar worker. In fact, he has been petrified to try anything new. Has he been scared? Yes, he has. He has been petrified. He has been petrified most of his life. He's been very scared most of his life. He has been petrified to try anything new. And in fact, his productivity has been very low. He has not been productive most of his life. His productivity has been very, very low. And so, as a result, one day, he was fired. He was fired from his job. And he felt terrible. In fact, he beat himself up about it. He said to himself, "Damn it! I blew it! I blew it! I was so stupid! I really blew it." But he decided to change. He decided to become a rebel. He totally changed. He decided to constantly try new things, and he did. He constantly tried new things. In every part of his life, he became a super rebel. And one day, he invented an amazing new toothbrush. He invented a nuclear-powered toothbrush. And then he sold that amazing nuclear-powered toothbrush to millions of people. He became super rich. In fact, he became the richest man in the world. Why? All because he became a rebel. All right. Our next story happens in the future. Imagine this will happen in the future. We're going to think about the future and imagine it. Here it goes. In the future, there'll be a guy named Andre. He'll be an obedient white-collar worker, a normal guy. In fact, he's going to be petrified to try anything new. He'll always be afraid, all the time. And his productivity will be very low. He'll have very low productivity. And so, one day, he's going to be fired. He'll be fired from his job because he's boring and because his productivity is so low. And at first, of course, he's going to beat himself up about it. He's going to feel terrible. He'll say to himself, "Damn it, I blew it, I blew it, I blew it. I was so stupid, I really blew it." But then he'll stop beating himself up. And he'll decide to change. He'll decide to become a rebel. He'll become a super rebel. He's going to constantly try new things every day in every part of his life. All the time, breaking the rules, trying new things. And one day, he'll invent something amazing. He'll invent an amazing new toothbrush. Gonna invent a nuclear-powered toothbrush. And then he'll sell that toothbrush to millions of people. He'll become super rich. In fact, he's gonna become the richest man in the world. And why? Why will he be the richest man in the world? All because he became a rebel. And that is the end of our point of view stories for Break Rules. And I hope you will start breaking rules in your life. Break those old rules of learning English. Break them. Destroy them. You're a new person now. You're a rebel in the Effortless English Club. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. See you next time. Bye-bye.